My name is Peter Brunninger, and I'm delighted to be here today with Hans Vitus from Vitus Audio. Hans, how are you?
I'm great, thank you very much.
I see a beautiful new integrated amplifier here. We're going to talk about that in a moment, viewers. But Hans, tell me just how long has Vitus Audio been in business?
Well, actually, I founded the company on the 17th of January, 1995.
95.
Yeah, so we've been around for a long, long time. However, people won't actually find anything about us before around 2003, especially CES 2004, because this is when we actually started introducing products. Everything from 95 to 2003 to 2004 was mostly R&D. So yeah, well, we've been around a lot longer than people will see on the public.
So you began with, what product was your first product?
Well, actually, I started out with a line stage running on batteries and a phono stage running on batteries. Those were the first two products. I just kind of loved the absolute black background coming from batteries because you don't have all the noise from the mains being transferred in. So that was our first products. Many people are asking us, but why, when you love that type of sound from the batteries, did you stop making battery-driven products? And that came down to EU regulations about lead-free, products and all that stuff. And using lead-acid batteries in a lead-free environment, that's a little bit tricky. So that was actually the reason we stopped that at the time.
Well, that's a good thing because you had that background in looking and listening to whatever your design is going forward using power supplies, because you know and have a reference of the battery. So it's a good place, say like a slate to work from.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It challenged us a lot in terms of making the power supplies, because we very quickly understood how much attention to details we needed in the power supply to achieve the goals that we actually want from our products. So, and this new product is showing exactly that. So, yeah.
Well, tell us all about it, please.
Well, it's an integrated amplifier, and this new color that lots of people love, some people not so much. That's a matter of taste. We call dark titanium orange, but finally it's here. It is extremely compact, even though it looks kind of big for an integrated amplifier, and there are specific reasons for that. Overall, it's our 63 kilogram amp.
That's a heavy amp.
Yeah, that's heavy, and well, again with the power supply, the transformer itself is our usual UI custom design transformer that we spent 4 years perfecting, and that takes up 20 kilos just in itself. So of course that's a heavy component. So that's the first thing. The first thing that you notice, the typical kind of layout that we always use. We want to keep the same design. We're easily recognized because of that, and we're obviously keeping those lines. You have the fairly bulky heat sinks. It is a Class A amp, so doing 30 watt Class A and 200 watt in AB. And the important thing there is not so much the power, it's the fact that it's measured in 8 ohm and it's RMS. So it's not 4 ohm peak as many is using these days. So it's real power that the amp can just continue to deliver for as long as you like it to. The other thing that probably is a little bit difficult to see, but we changed the display, so now we actually have a full color TFT display, which makes our whole menu structure a lot easier to deal with. Before we just had a one-line display, so making an easy to understand menu system is tricky. Now we have a full display, it makes it a lot easier. So that's kind of the visual things. Inside, we took technology from our masterpiece mono amps and the power supply. This is their 140,000 euro retail mono amps in 4 chassis. So 2 per channel. One is just the power supply and one is the amp. So we took that power supply technology from those amps and we optimized it from a functionality / size point of view to be able to fit into to this amp. And that was a big task because there's just way too much electronics going on and technology going on there to be able to fit in here. So we had to think in total new ways. But yeah, the result is fully regulated power supply for the output stage as well. And drawing a parallel to the batteries, again, this just floors the noise floor, which gives that black background, so the resolution is just amazing.
Well, the proof is in the listening. We'll do that next, viewers. This is such a beautiful amplifier to behold. Again, the color is wonderful. Terry, my business partner, she thinks it's one of the most beautiful colors she's seen in any product here at the show this year.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's very, 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 very striking.
We actually kind of borrowed a little bit from our son. This color, we just made it a little bit darker, so it has a more deep glow to it, which is well, I personally love. This is going to be my personal amp.
Oh, very good.
I hope.
Good. Well, let's spin up some vinyl. We're going to play Vanessa Fernandez. She has a new album out, and I think the viewers are really going to like it. And I've heard this system here 2 days ago, and it's warmed up even more, so I can't wait to listen to it.
Yeah, actually, we finished this amp Friday before the show, so we're getting to the point where it's almost fully broken in.
Yeah.
So it's still changing a little bit. So.
Well, good. Well, let's give it a listen, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Sweet darling, half the love is all I feel. Oh, just too bad. Oh, just too sad. You don't want me now, but I'm gonna change your mind some way, somehow. Oh, baby, I want you the right way. I want you, but I want you to want me too. Want you to want me, baby, just like I want you. You should cherish for life, oh baby. Don't you wanna care, baby? It's lonely out there, yeah. I want you the right way. I want you, but I want you to want me too. Want you to want me, baby, just like I want you. Oh, I want you the right way. I want you, but I want you to want me too. you don't want me, baby, just like I want you, yeah.
That's what it's about, viewers. Did you hear the trail off at the end of that track? It was black.
Yeah.
It was probably the blackest black I've heard here at Munich this year in that track, and that's what it's all about. I mean, because the darker that background is, the more the music can launch from it. So it's coming from nowhere, and that's spectacular. Vanessa was hanging, her voice was hanging right in between the speakers, right where it should be. The electric piano was just coming from nowhere. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. It was beautiful. One of the best reproductions of that track, again, here at Munich 2019.
Thank you.
So you have some additional information you wanted to give us here on the amplifier and some other equipment too. What speaker is this?
Oh, well, actually, this is our backup speaker. Somebody made a small mistake in the factory, so blew up the tweeters of the ones we were supposed to use. Because it's not every day you bring a out-of-date model from a speaker manufacturer, but this is the Rockport Avior, but it's their Mark I version. But yeah, we have to say we're pretty happy with the sound. I love this speaker, to be honest. Can't help it, but it is a very, very nice speaker. Yeah, just quickly on the amp, from functionality point of view, we actually made room for 2 optional modules, so we can have a DAC streamer module in there, and at the same time we can have a full-blown phono stage, 2 inputs, loading, gain, MMMC, individual loading, gains on top of that in the phono stage. And also one of the really key things about the way we did this is that this is actually user changeable. So an end user can add this on his own at a later date, so it's fairly easy to deal with.
That's great.
And yeah, with the background, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is the battery part of our world where we started, and why we're paying so much attention to the power supply. So actually, we have the amplifier at the window there, and at the back, you can see the lower bottom part of the amplifier, and many people during the show here has actually said, okay, so this is the amplifier. No. This is just the regulated power supply, and that's made as the amplifier itself. So yeah, we paid a lot of attention to that, which is where you get that from. And of course, the blacker the background is, the higher the resolution. You can hear small finesses, and you can get a much better depth in the soundstage, which is what we want. We want a window to the real life concerts, and it has to be as big as tall, wide, and deep as possible to be closer to reality. And yeah, a background that really helps. So.
Well, you've hit a home run here, and I urge the viewers throughout the globe and dealers, distributors who are considering taking this brand on it. This is a brand you gotta listen to this. This is outstanding.
Thank you very much. Well, we consider this wire was also extremely important for us to make sure that the product was right where we wanted it to be before we launched it, because this is really the next level of what we're going to do with Vitus Audio. So there are so many new technologies that doesn't meet the eye at all, which is going to be a very, very long talk. probably save that for another day. That we will of course implement in all new products we make and in future upgrades of the existing products. You know, technology from this is going to be seen in other units. Also, actually, the volume control is also a brand new design. So now from all the way down to all the way up to plus 18 dB, we'll have half a dB steps all the way, but it's an analog volume done in relays, so as we normally do. But that's another thing which sounds very trivial and easy, but it isn't when you start looking at how to implement it without noise. Because what's the point of having a power supply that really takes the noise floor down, and then adding other stuff that's adding noise that, you know, we have to keep the level throughout the design, and then it becomes a little more tricky than just the volume control. So yeah.
Well, you've got a winner here, man, I'll tell you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, congratulations, and viewers, again, seek this amplifier out. You have to listen to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.